If you guys have seen the last video, you know that I finally picked up my 24 to 70 millimeter. The last one's a vlog, so it's kind of cool. You guys can check that video out right here. But today, we're going to be unboxing this 24 to 70 RF lens 2.8 L series. And we're going to be putting it on my Canon EOS R with a polarizer. Polarizer is if you want to do a lot of landscape, you don't like the reflection of the water, or you're trying to get the sky to be nice blue. There's a lot of things that comes great with a polarizer if you're a landscape photographer. So pick one up. It is a little bit expensive, but it works great. I'm gonna stick that on here when I'm shooting outside. And that's it, the unboxing is done. Have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later. Just kidding, you guys. I would never do that to you. This lens right here is actually heavier than my 24 to 105 millimeter. It's actually even bigger than my 24 to 105 millimeter. The glass is definitely bigger. It feels, yeah, it definitely feels bigger. Is it bigger? I think the last one was a 72. This is an 82. It looks so nice and premium. I can't wait to take this out and use it. You have the image stabilizer on here, which is great. You also have an autofocus and manual focus, okay? And the lens lock is right here. You don't want to move the zoom at all. You can lock it in place, or you can just unlock it and move it. It does come out like that, okay? Locking the lens, you can only lock at 24 millimeter. You can't go to 35 millimeter and lock it right there, although that would be pretty awesome, because then that would mean I have a 35 millimeter, a 50 millimeter, and a 70 millimeter. But no, you can't lock it there. You can only lock it when it's all the way tight. So if you're trying to pack it on the luggage and you don't want it to retrieve like this, and you're throwing it in your luggage or backpack, and then it gets pretty bad. So make sure you lock it before you pack this thing to go, okay? The middle ring is the focus ring, and it feels really nice. And then you also have the aperture ISO ring. I think they called it the aperture ring. What I use it for is for ISO. So this is my ISO ring. And then you have the lens hood. I usually don't use a lens hood, but I think for some reason I am missing out. So I'm definitely gonna start using this. It seems very useful. I have to start using it. Definitely, if I'm start shooting it outside, I need to use it. Oh man, this is definitely a big setup. This reminds me of back in the days, like a DSLR, because look how big this setup is. It's not like how the mirrorless ones are now, like Sony cameras. This is a pretty big, hefty camera, but it feels great. It feels really professional. I love RF lenses, and yes, I love it. RF lenses just looks the best. Out of all the lenses I've ever owned, and I've owned a lot of Sony, Fuji lenses, the RF lenses by far looks the best and feels the best. That's pretty much it of what I want to talk about this lens. Let's go ahead and just switch this out because we're tired of the GoPro, right? Let's get into this lens. I already love this lens in so many ways. I can totally see how much bokeh I have in the background. As in, it's way nicer than what the f4 was. The f4 is good, but this one, the 2.8, is perfect. If I went down more to f2 or even f1.8, I think it would be way too much bokeh, and then everything is just blowing out. But the fact that it's 2.8, it's just blurry enough where you guys don't even have to concentrate on that. You guys just concentrate on me talking. And it actually lets in a lot more light, which is amazing because I actually need more light inside this little office I have. This 120 dome is good, but I also have the ISO right now at 640. Okay, it's not even at 400 or at 200, 640. That's how much like light I need in this room. There are things that I've noticed with this camera is that when I'm recording, I should have the ISO higher, make the scene brighter, and then when I edit it in post, it just looks super clear. But sometimes when I have it darker and then I edit in post and I bring up the shadow, it always looks really bad. Like, it doesn't matter what ISO I have, like ISO 400, if it's a tiny bit too dark, it just looks really grainy and bad. So recovering the shadow isn't that fun for video. I always put down the highlights for video. I feel like it's a lot better. Or trying to get the perfect exposure. That doesn't mean that it's the same thing for photos. For photos, I know that bringing up the shadows are a lot better than bringing down the highlights. It's crazy that it's two completely different things. So if you guys are making a video and you're trying to wonder why your video is a little bit more grainy, make sure your exposure is a little bit brighter or even just perfectly exposed. Then it should be a lot better. Man, I really like this lens. I love the way the glass is so big, and I love the way it looks. I really need to get a lens protector for this, or just get a warranty. If I'm really planning to keep this, I probably should get a warranty. It's like $128 for 3 years, but I think I have like a year right now, so I just bought the lens. Interesting. I really like this lens so far, you guys. All right, you guys, I really want to take this lens out to shoot some photos, but I don't want to drag on this video too long, so make sure you check out the next video for photos. This video is just unboxing it and taking a look at the video side. Let me know what you guys think in the comment below. If you guys have any questions about this lens, if you guys want to see the photo side of it, or anything you guys want to know, leave it in the description. I'm going to explore with this lens, experiment what I think with it, and then we'll talk in the next video and in this one. So make sure you leave something in the comment below. All right, see you guys in the next video. Later.